I think we should actually define active deterrence because we keep using that term often. And I'd love to unpack that a little bit more if we can.
Yeah. So active deterrence, like for years and years, security cameras have kind of been a very passive deterrent. So the idea is maybe if somebody has a camera on that building, it's, obviously it's like, somebody might not want to break into it because they see the cameras. That's kind of the idea of them being passive deterrence. But there's nothing there to alarm or do anything as far as alerting the person that they're on video. They may not even see that camera. So active deterrence is like a almost like it's something you have to reconsider the way cameras are actually used in a way to understand them because after deterrence cameras usually have some kind of function like a speaker to give like a big loud alert to it. They may also have like a different kind of light, and even some of them like our mini PTZ actually has like a red and blue
You
light
are in the
that
alert
lights up and everything
area.
like that.
Please
And the
leave.
idea is not just to be passive during recording and getting evidence, but to also potentially try to prevent something. So, you can see on the Deputy 8.0 V4, we have a white light there that can alert and then put a speaker to say, hey, you're in the alert area, leave. And so that way somebody knows they're on camera and they know that they're being recorded and potentially being watched. And, that hopefully will scare somebody away from doing something and deter them away. So
Yeah, it's
that's
it's
like
it's the idea that if you put cameras up, people won't want to commit crimes here. They'll still commit crimes. They just won't do it on your property because they know they're recorded. But that relies on them noticing that the camera's there. And so this adds another layer to that. It makes it very obvious that, it might make a alarm noise. It might say something. You can do some pre-recorded messages. It might light up. Um, but it makes it very clear, like, you're here, you're noticed, go away.
And just so we're clear on the lighting up part of it, it's going to flash. So the active deterrent is the white light actually flashing when somebody enters an area or crosses a line or whatever setting you have set up for this particular camera. And it's not something like motion where when the camera detects motion, the white light just comes on and stays on. It flashes at you.
Mm,
So it's gonna be very noticeable.
mm,
And I would also like to add that, like some of the pre-recorded messages, not only is it active deterrent, but it's active warning as well. So, you go into a certain area, there's one on there for deep water. There might be a river somewhere that they need to let people know, hey, there's
mhm.
rushing water, there's deep water, it's danger warning. This area is restricted for whatever reason. It's just a good way to get somebody's attention to keep themselves safe, not only for, protecting your property.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think that's a great point. Yeah, I mean, you could have dangerous equipment, dangerous areas.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know you don't really think about that as much, but yeah, there's lots of examples we've had. I think one of the best examples I've ever seen of active deterrence was we had somebody who had catalytic converter thefts going on in their parking lot, and um, the cameras recorded it. He was able to get the evidence, everything he needed for that. That's all great. But he was trying to do something to potentially deter people away from even doing it again. And, there's lots of ways to do that. You can talk about fencing and all that kind of stuff as well. But, he installed some of our mini PTZ, similar function, but, and is using that to hopefully not just record when somebody's doing that, but hopefully scare them enough to be like, hey, I'm out of here. I don't want to, this place is obviously being monitored and all that kind of stuff. And that's like a good real world example of where active deterrence fits in, I think.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And after hour stuff as well. So if somebody shouldn't be in a certain part of the building, you can turn that on and get both a notification and let the person know that hey, that they're being watched or whatever you need to do. So limitless applications in a way, but
Absolutely.